Alright, welcome guys to this YouTube channel. My name is Jayjay. So today we're going to talk about multi-dimensional arrays, also called as multi-subscripted arrays. So already we know how to declare a single dimensional array or a regular array by saying int. So this is just an example of a regular array. So this is just a single dimensional array, so it has got only one subscript. But with multi-dimensional arrays you can have this, you can also have that, and you can continue to have other subscripts. So this here is called a multi-dimensional array. So this already with two subscripts is called a multi-dimensional array. Alright, so why do we use multi-dimensional arrays? So a common use of multi-dimensional arrays is just to represent values of in tabular form, consisting of information in rows and columns. So I'll just explain this. So a multi-dimensional arrays with this type of subscript will mean we have an array. Okay, so we have an array, and in this array, just follow me, in this array we have two arrays. So that's one comma, and I'll put the second one 2. Okay, so in this array, so I'm just trying to explain what this means. We have an array that contains two arrays, so that's array 1 and array 2, and in each array we have 3 elements. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Yes, so that's it. So this explains these multi-dimensional arrays. So we have got an array that contains two arrays, so that's two arrays in it, separated by a comma, and each array will contain 3. So if you can view it as a table or a tabular format, we can just simply say we've got 2 rows and we've got 3 columns. So that's what we're actually trying to explain. So we might want to print out these elements using a loop. Alright, let me not first use a loop. Let me just try to print out the first just to print out 10 in this array. So printing out 10, I'll just say in which row is it in, or in which array is it in that multiple dimensional array. So it's in the second row, so the second row will count as 0, 1. So that's in the first subscript of the array. Then in which column, so that's column 1, 0, 1, so that's 1. So if we were to print out this, we're going to get a 10. So it's very simple. It's just the same as those same arrays that we're doing. So there is the 10, there is the 10. So we're accessing it using the subscript of the row and the subscript of the column. Alright, so if we were to print all these elements, using a loop, we're going to say I'll use a for loop. I'll use a nested for loop. So this outer loop is going to control the number of rows. So I'll just say row, start from 0, then so long row is less than, so the number of rows is 2, so long row is less than 2, I'm going to increment row by 1. Then the inner for loop is going to control the number of columns. So column 0, then column is less than, so the number of columns we have 3, so 3, then column we increment by 1, okay. Okay, so this arrangement of the loop is going to be, the first outer loop is going to control the number of rows. So let's say in the first iteration we're going to be in row 0, so in this row we're going to be in this row. Then in this inner for loop we're going to make sure that we go through each and every element in that row, so meaning we're going to go through each and every column. So that's going to be, the row is going to be maintained, so that means we're going to say num, then the row is going to be maintained, so row is going to be row, and the column is going to be changing, so the column will put it there. Alright, so that means in the first iteration of this outer loop this is going to be 0, and in the first iteration of this is going to be it will still be 0, and this is going to be 0, and this loop will only exit from this loop when this condition here is false. So the first iteration this is going to be 0, it will iterate again and it will increment to 1, this is going to still be 0, the row here will be 0, but this will increment to 1, so meaning we are still in this row but we have moved to this element right here. In the third iteration we're going to increment, then this is going to be 2, and this is still going to be 0, then we're going to have 2 here, then we're going to be in this subscript, then we'll print out that. Then after we print out this row we're going to leave a space, so that means we immediately go in the outer loop, we're just going to leave a space, we're going to leave a space, then increment this, making it 1. If we're in the first index, so that's 0, 1 in number 1, in the index 1, so this is the row, then this is going to continuously be 1 until this reaches 2, so that means we're going to be here until we print out all these elements. Then after that we're going to leave a line and increment, then this is going to become 2, then we're going to test is 2 less than 2, then that is going to be false, then we're going to print out, then we're going to exit and return 0. Alright, so let's see the output of this program. Alright, as you can see guys, we have that. Okay, let me just leave a space. Alright, like that, so that it can be clear to see. Okay, so this is what we have. So this nested loop is actually printing all the elements in our multi-dimensional arrays. Alright guys, so multi-dimensional arrays can have different number of subscripts. So this initially is called a 2D array, so this is a 2-dimensional array. Then we can have 3-dimensional arrays, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, until wherever you want to go. So that's all about multi-dimensional arrays. You can try it out. So in our next tutorial we're going to try to add up all the elements in the multi-dimensional arrays. So thank you very much for watching guys. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.